Hey, what's going on, everyone? So, throughout the history of gaming, many studios have collaborated to create original games, based off either existing IPs or brand new IPs, from scratch, and the industry has been, all the better for it, right? With a recent example, being a glorious, Astral Chain, from both Nintendo and Platinum Games. But then at the same time, we've yearned for years and years, for many studios to come together on other projects. Mostly using existing IPs, from different universes, or to see, perhaps two studios come together to create a brand new IP, that plays to both of those studios' strengths. So in this video, I'm going to discuss a few studios that I'd love to see come together and create a truly fantastic game. Kind of that game that you've always wanted. Whether that's based off existing IPs or completely brand new ones. And of course, after in the comment section, I'd love to hear what studios you'd love to see come together to create an awesome game. So without any further delays, let's get straight into it. So, let's not even mess around, Nintendo and Sega should have made a Sonic and Mario game ever since the GameCube. And no, not the Olympic Games, they don't count, right? They don't count, right? I'm talking about a full-on 3D, Sonic Adventure and Mario Odyssey style game. Two worlds collide and they both, must stop. Like let's say, Robotnik and Bowser. Yeah, it is Dr. Robotnik, not this Eggman rubbish, but Robotnik and Bowser, or King Koopa, whatever you want to call him. From combining together the Chaos Emeralds and the Power Stars to create an unstoppable army of Koopa robots, like Hellboy 2 and the Golden Army. But if I'm being honest here, I think all we just want really is Nintendo to apply their industry-leading 3D platforming skills to the Sonic the Hedgehog series, which just fumbled since it's been in 3D, essentially, But I still have a soft spot, for the jank that is Sonic Adventure. That's still one of my favorite Dreamcast games because it was a proper 3D Sonic Adventure on the Dreamcast. So yeah, Nintendo and Sega on a Sonic game, it needs to happen. So, ever since the Sega Mega Drive days, I've wanted a Street Fighter beat 'em up in the vein of Streets of Rage. In my mind, it just made so much sense at the time. Just the way those games played. Then I remember the beat 'em up like mode in Tekken 3 on the PlayStation 1, which was interesting, but just didn't fully work. Due to the control method, not being changed, from the actual standard fighting game. But move forward to today, and Platinum Games have solidified themselves as the kings of the action combat genre, and in my eyes would be perfect for a third-person Street Fighter action game, taking elements from, say, Bayonetta and Astral Chain and Streets of Rage, where you get to choose, between, let's say, Ryu, Ken, Guile, and Chun-Li, to take on the forces of Shadowloo, ruined with an iron fist by M. Bison. Throwing all the crazy Street Fighter combat moves, wild anime style of the anime movies, which were awesome, by the way, and I think we would be onto a winner.
So be it. I'll fight you on your own level. Come on!
So, for me, I feel like it's time to add some real grit to Metroid. Hollow Knight, for me, is not only one of the best games this generation, but for me, it has become one of the best games ever made. And the funny part is that it owes a lot to the series that started the Metroid-like genre, which is, of course, Metroid itself. As for the 2D games, there's absolutely no denying the glory that is Super Metroid, Metroid Fusion, and Metroid Zero Mission. And as good as Metroid Samus Returns is on a 3DS, for me it pales in comparison to Hollow Knight, which arguably is a better 2D Metroid than Metroid itself. There's plenty of arguments for that. So what would I like to see? I'd absolutely love for Nintendo and Team Cherry to do exactly that. Team up and create a truly dark, gritty, and somber Metroid title that's just dripping with atmosphere, splashed with some horror, set with a gorgeous 2D art style, and populated by a underground universe of horrors and new characters which Samus Aran gets to interact with on multiple levels. For me, this is what 2D Metroid needs right now, and I think a team like Team Cherry, truly understand that Metroid vibe, and I think they would get it right with the help of Nintendo, of course.
Time to go.
So, as some of you may know, I'm part of the Juice is Loose podcast. Check those guys out, by the way. We had a question, which was, what other types of Star Wars games would you like to see? And it was a tough question, but after some thought, as well as loving some of my arcade shoot 'em ups on the Nintendo Switch, which I've bought quite a few now. I would love to see the kings of the arcade shoot 'em ups, who are Treasure, of course, team up with Disney to make a classic style arcade shoot 'em up in the Star Wars universe. Something which we really haven't had, at least not since the Atari days. Based off my moments, of recollection, I suppose, what I can remember right now. So yeah, make it like Gradius 5 or Radiant Silvergun. I don't care, but all I know is that I believe it would be just an awesome little game in the Star Wars universe, but from the masters of the shoot 'em up genre. Although I say Treasure and Disney, in this case it would be mostly Treasure, creating this, the awesomeness, because unfortunately, Disney as a games company are pretty much done for. They just hand stuff out now. But if they're gonna hand stuff out, give it to the right people. So what would happen if you got Monolith Soft to team up with Game Freak? We'd probably finally get a true next-gen Pokemon game. Moving quickly on. Do you want to know what would happen if you mixed Blizzard and Namco together to create a game? You'd get a Blizzard fighting game where all of Blizzard's universes, would come together to create a Soul Calibur like fighting game. Oh man, just thinking about this in my head, it just sounds so good. Forget that Heroes of the Storm nonsense, that we got colliding Blizzard's worlds. I want to play as, say, Illidan Stormrage versus Arthas Menethil, battling on top of Ice Crown. I want to be Diablo, fighting against Karrigan in the depths of hell. I want to play as a barbarian warrior from Diablo, versus a Zerg warrior on a battle-worn fields of Kalimdor. I want to fight as an SCV versus an Orc Peon or something. Okay, maybe that was a step too far, but man, think about how awesome that would be with all those characters from all those universes, each with their own fighting styles, with awesome looking backdrops. And with Namco's fighting prowess behind it, something that Blizzard aren't necessarily too familiar with in terms of beat 'em up games. Not that saying that they couldn't do it, but if you're going to team up with someone, get someone who knows how to do 3D beat 'em ups. And I feel Namco for a weapon-based fighting game would be the best choice for this, and that would certainly be a game for Evo right there.
Listen to the raging of my soul.
So yeah, those are some of my ideas, just for some studio collaborations, not necessarily my top choices or even the best choices, but I feel like most of those would be Nintendo and Sega collaborations for me. But let me know your thoughts on my ideas, and of course, most importantly, let me know your ideas. And as always, I'll reply to every single one of you. I look forward to hearing different people's ideas, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. And as always, take care all. Peace.